Hello, my name's Steve Ripa, and today we're going to talk about getting started with authorizing using 12 essential practices and integrating it with Wisconsin's statute requirements. So let's dig in. The first area is establishing a quality mission statement as an authorizer. This is an important first step that you stop and you think about who you are, what's your purpose, and how are you doing it, and publish it so people know who you are and how you're going to make a difference in education. The second area, staffing. You want to make sure you have staff assigned to the authorizing within your organization or by contract. And ideally, you want to make sure you're recruiting really talented staff who have the ability to understand and support innovation and to help with the continuous improvement of each of your schools. The third area is working with each school to develop and sign a performance contract. Now, the state of Wisconsin asks us to keep in mind two important points. They want us to make sure we give contract preference to charters serving children at risk. That's because this is an area of our greatest need. And then we want to make sure we're considering the National Association of Charter School Authorizers Principles and Standards. This is solid work and it keeps us grounded. Now, throughout Wisconsin, there's lots of folks who are interested in starting a charter school, and part of that process is to apply to an authorizer. And so what they want to know is, how do they do that process? So this next section, we're going to talk about how you solicit and evaluate charter school applications. The first step is making sure you've worked through your application criteria. You need to establish and document the criteria for evaluating charter applications. You want to make sure you publish the application timeline and materials so people know what to expect and when. You want to make sure you interview all the qualified charter applicants. This is really important. And then you want to set up an external expert panel, people throughout the community who have the skills to be able to read these applicants and be able to help you so you don't have any blind spots. All this is woven together to make sure we approve only high quality charter school applications. The next area is about monitoring performance and compliance. Now, each of the new schools that we work with, and when we set up our performance contract, what we want to do is we want to set it up for a 5-year term length. And the reason for this is that we want to make sure that all the people who work in the school have enough time to work through all the challenges and opportunities to really develop their school as intended. Then each year, what we do is we set up a financial audit. And what we require is an independent financial audit of each school. That helps us be able to really look at the financial performance and make sure the school is operating as intended. Number 10 is making sure we have renewal criteria. And ideally, what we've done is we've talked through this with each of our schools, and it's embedded in our performance contract. So people know what it is we're looking for, and they have the ability to practice that and work through those opportunities. Now, what happens with some of our schools is that they cannot reach those expectations. And part of our role as an authorizer is to close low-performing schools. So we need to make sure that we've established revocation criteria and it's documented. That way everyone knows when we reach that point, what's our process. The last area is 12, and that's when we provide an annual report to each of our schools. This is a really important step because each of our schools need to know how they're doing with their performance, So then that way they can prioritize the limited resources they have. And it really makes a difference, this feedback step. So let's try and do a great job on that. Doing that for each of our schools really helps us as authorizers prepare for our annual report to the state superintendent and legislature. So we take each one of our schools, their annual reports, and weave that together into our annual report to the state. If you need any help with this, feel free to contact the Wisconsin Resource Center for Charter Schools. My name's Steve Ripa. Thank you.